Hello everyone, welcome back. So, for today's project, kind of got a little bit ahead of my video here. So I am going to be doing a deep pour today. I'm going to be doing my skull mold. As you can see, I already have it brushed a little bit. I am using my Let's Resin Neon Red powder. I wanted to do this in a black and red skull, but I kind of wanted it patterned like this, and I didn't want to do like, half of it black and half of it red. So I decided I'm going to do an experiment, and I want to see if this red pigment or this red powder is going to show up right with the black, just black resin. So that's what I'm going to test out today. So I'm going, like I said, I already brushed this just because I was trying to, it took me probably about 20-30 minutes to brush what I did in here, and I didn't necessarily want to do that on a video, so I already got it brushed up and cleaned out to the best that I could. There's probably going to be a little bit of red showing through, but that's okay. Might just add to the effect. So I'm going to put you on a brief pause here and go get my resin mixed up. I am going to be using the epoxy resin for deep pour by Let's Resin. This is the 2-to-1 ratio, by volume ratio. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to need for this skull mold, so I decided I was just going to mix up 1 container of 7.5 ounces and 1 container of 3 ounces. So yeah, I will get that mixed up and I will be back when we're ready. Alright, I am back. So I did run this resin through my debubbler because the 3-ounce one that I mixed up had a significant amount of little tiny bubbles in it, and I didn't want any of that messing up my project here. So I got my other one all mixed up, but just to show you what I'm using, I am using my Resin Art Black metallic paste. I really do love this stuff, so I've been using it a lot lately, especially for my black, because like I said, on that one project I did with my dragons, the alcohol ink didn't quite turn out as dark as I wanted it to. And I don't like the black mica powders because though this metallic does have like sparkliness to it, the mica powders have like a lot more glittery effect, at least the ones that I do have more of a glittery effect that I prefer. So I really like this. Alright, so we'll get this mixed up here. Hopefully I don't put too many more bubbles in it. Try to make sure that I get all that paste mixed in. I'm noticing a couple of my projects I have like little specks of it that kind of sit, so I don't think I've been mixing it as well as I should be. Like I said, I don't know how much of this resin I'm gonna need. So if I have a lot left over, I have my Nine-Tailed Fox mold out. I will see if I can get that filled. If I don't have enough to do that one, I'll just probably pull like one of my little critters and do that instead. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour in my black here. And for the sake of the debubbler, I did kind of even out my cups of resin. So I know I had a total of 10.5 ounces made up. So I can still gauge exactly how much I need for this mold based on how much I have left. So I just got to remember to check that before I use my extra. Actually, looks like I might have just enough to do this. So, I am going to move this to another spot because I have a couple other things I want to work on, and I need my space here. So I have another space set up over here, but I don't want to fill it all the way up because then I got to move it, and I don't want to spill any of this. So, just bear with me. Oh, I'll just pause the video. So I will get that. So I'll get this moved. I will top it off, and then this resin says that it takes approximately 48 to 72 hours to cure. So about 2 to 3 days. That's why I'm going to be doing another project here because I don't want to wait 3 days to post my next video, but I do want to get this project done. So yeah, I'll get this moved, get it filled up the rest of the way, and then I will see you guys when it's time to demold. Okay, so skull mold is cured and ready to come out. So I will get started on that. So my biggest concern with this piece right now is that my red is going to be consumed by the black and it's not really going to be visible. So I'm hoping that it shows up better than what I am thinking it will. I've never demolded one of these, so there we go. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So not terrible. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there is a tint of red in it. Like I said, it's not as bright as I was hoping it would be, but it is there. So just kind of show what I was trying to get. I poured my little claws last night. I did these a couple different ways, and I'll show you why I poured these and what I'm planning on doing with it. So I did 2 sets of claws, 2 sets of 4 claws. I did one with just solid black, one with solid red. I got a little bit of black in that one on accident, but... And then the other one, I did a half and half pour. So the red that I wanted to show on the skull is like this. This is the color the brightness I was hoping for. I had some extra from doing the claws, and I poured this little guy last night, and it kind of did the same thing. So the red against the black, I think, is where I'm running into my problem with this. So the reason I poured the claws, though, is what I wanted to do with my skull. Let me get my other red one out here. Kind of like how I did my other piece. I got the idea. Look at that. Devil skull. I like it. So that's my next part that I'm going to work on here. I just got to figure out which set I want to use. I might go with this one because it kind of matches more. But I also like the idea, since the red didn't show up as much on the skull itself, kind of like the idea of doing the bright red. I think I'm going to go with the bright red ones. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get these attached, and then I will be back with you guys to show you what it looks like completed here. Alrighty, so I got my horns attached, and I think this actually looks pretty cool. So I discovered something while I was curing the UV resin that I used to attach the horns. But under the black light, the red pops out that I did. So I think this would be like good under a black light kind of piece, because that red's gonna pop out. And on the plus side, you kind of get, you can still kind of see the red. It's just not as vibrant as I wanted it to be, but it's there. So it's kind of like a two-tone effect, you know? Looks one way in one light, looks another way in another light. So yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Got a nice little demon skull mold. So yeah, that is all for this project. Thanks to you for watching. Hope you liked the video. If you do, remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And yeah, that is all for now. I will see you guys for my next project. In the meantime, stay creative, everyone. Bye.